Right, welcome to Spreadsheets. This tutorial is going to get you up to speed with the basics, and then you can have some practice with the basics, and then you can move on to the more exciting stuff. So hopefully you've all seen a spreadsheet of some kind before. This is Excel that we have in school, and basically a spreadsheet is a piece of software designed for dealing with data, in particular numbers, so numerical data. And you have, when you open up a spreadsheet, you'll see that it is arranged with lots of these little boxes. These little boxes are called cells, and each cell has a name. You can see here D8, D8, and that comes from the column, the name of the column, which is the letter, and the name of the row. So if you've ever played Battleships, you'll know that how to work something like this. So that's D8, that's F4, that's B9. You can see the name up there, but this is called the cell reference. It's very important in a spreadsheet. Okay, so let's go down to this sheet here that I've prepared, and you can see that it's the number of students in different years in Yellow House, although I couldn't remember all the tutor groups, so apologies if I've missed you off. So this is the sort of kind of a use you might make of the spreadsheets, keeping a record of students in school, and the data goes into the cells. And up in the home, we're on the home tab here, you have all of the normal formatting features that you would see in a Word document, for example, bold and underline, different fonts, font sizes and colours, etc. The text, which describes what the data is, so it tells me that this is the number in year 7, these are called labels, and we would generally bold those, possibly put them in the centre of the cell. These are also labels here, telling me which tutor group these are, so I can censor those as well. And you can see the title at the top. Now I'm clicked in B1, you can see that here, and this here is called the formula bar, and you can see that the whole title is written in B1. And if I go across to C1, you can see that C1 is actually empty, and this is something that confuses students sometimes, because they assume that because it says students they can see it in C1, that there must be it must be in C1, but just be aware that everything might be all in one cell like that. Okay, so let's just make that bolder, maybe a bit bigger. Okay, something that you do have in a spreadsheet that you don't have in a Word document is the ability to put a border around a bunch of data. So there we go. So these are all the different borders, and you can have different line colours, etc. So put that border on there. It's important to make a spreadsheet look easy to read. You can use a bit of colour to make things stand out, like this. Okay, just make things. The idea about a spreadsheet should make life easy for you. You should be able to really see what's going on quickly. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to know how many students are in my tutor group, know how many students are in Yellow House, how many students are in year 7, and so we want the spreadsheet to do the calculation for us. This is the beauty of the spreadsheet. And what we do is we write a formula, and it's very much like a little bit of programming like that you may have done already with Scratch, is that you need to write an instruction that the program will understand. And in terms of Excel, the golden rule is that whatever formula you're writing, it always starts with equals. So I type equals in there, and the second golden rule is that you always use the cell reference. So you don't use the number, so I'm not going to write 5, I'm going to write B3. In fact, I'm not even going to write it. I'm going to click on the cell that I want. Then it's an addition, so it's a plus, and you can see the formula building up in the formula bar. And when I press enter, it gives me the answer 22. Now, the beauty of the formula is that if I get a new year 8 student, I can add them in here, and the formula will automatically recalculate, and so I automatically know how many students I have got. And it would be the same here, so you click where you want the answer to go and you do this. Now there is an easier way of doing this, because you can see that this is slightly time consuming, and I might make a mistake because I might not click on all of the cells. So that's the number of students in year 7. Actually, these are made up numbers, by the way. So the easiest way of doing that is you have this button here called AutoSum, and these are some built-in functions that Excel has. There's hundreds of them, but these are the basic ones we start with. And sum means add up. So if I click on that, you can see that actually it's already selected for me, but I can just select, and you have a completely different formula up there written in the formula bar. And it's saying equals sum means add up, in brackets C3 colon C7, and that's the way that the spreadsheet understands a range. So C3 to C7, and I press enter, and that gives me 39.